Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know what today is? Today is day 19 of the 31 Days of Horror. 31 movies, 31 days, talk a bit, review a bit. It's a good time. So, before we get started, I want you to like, subscribe, share, comment. I always want to know what you have to say. And when you do subscribe, hit that bell, ding that bell, and ring that bell. That way you'll know. You'll be notified when I put something new up. There's a few other people out here doing this. It's not just me. It's I Am the Ice Lord, Tony Has 9 Fingers, Jennifer Toshi, Moods 616, Double Shot J, Random Horror, Retro Horror. Oh, who else? The one and only MSJ, Brother Max, Nightmare Maven, and Let's Talk About Movies. And those are just some of the ones that I remember. I mean, because there's a lot of people doing this. I've been doing it for 11 years. I know that Max, Double Shot J, and Moods have all been doing it for about that time. Random Horror said he's been doing it for about 6 or 7 years. So it's something that once you get into doing, you kind of have fun doing it. I hope everyone's having a good day today. If so, tell me about it. Now today, the movie that we're going to talk about is, and I picked this movie up specifically. I didn't turn it over, read the back, don't know anything about the synopsis. I went 100% by the cover, because I thought this looks like a fun movie. This looks like a creature film, and that is Barge People. Barge People, another movie from the UK, by the way. I'm not trying to do, like I said, I didn't read it. I didn't know who was in it. I thought that cover looks really cool. Kind of a creature from the Black Lagoon looking type creature or something like that. Well, they're barge people. And the funny thing is that a barge over in this country, I think they're in England. I'm not 100% sure, but they have a, I mean, it looks like it. It looks like it could be. It's just, when they say where they're from, I've never heard of these places, so I don't know exactly are they from England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, wherever. But a barge over there is it's a long and skinny. It's kind of like a gondola like you would see in Italy, but it's got a canopy on top of it and living quarters inside of it. And it's just it's just long and skinny, and it just trolls along at like about 2 to 3 miles an hour. And you got the rudder here that you just move back and forth, and you're going up a canal. It's not really a river. It really is a canal. And this group of 4, 2 sisters and their boyfriends, rented this barge, for lack of a better term, to take it out for the weekend and up the canal and have a good time. And there are places to stop and have, you live on this thing. It's kind of like a houseboat, but it's a long, long, skinny houseboat. Yeah, it really is. It's just, instead of it being a house type thing, it's more like a giant pup tent. But yeah, this looks like a cool idea. I've never seen anything like this. Yeah. But I just thought that's cool. So you got the main boyfriend, Mark, who is dating Jen. Jen brings her sister Sophie along, and Sophie brings her douchey, preppy, yuppie, wannabe boyfriend Ben, who thinks he's better than everybody, and he's just kind of like, we could have gone anywhere. Why are we here? Why are we on this boat? This boat sucks, blah, blah. And after a while, you're just kind of like, dude, I hope this is a slasher movie because I want to see you die. That's the funny thing about horror movies. I mean, if you make characters likable, by the time the movie is over, you care about what happens to them. If you make them unlikable and unrelatable, you really don't care. And that's how I felt about Ben. I really didn't care what happened to him by the time the movie was over. I just wanted to hear him shut up. Just go. You know. So they're trolling up this canal in this barge and having a good time, even though Ben's a douche. And at some point, Mark has to, because you can only you're steering by a hand rudder. You don't have a steering wheel or anything like that. You're just sitting at the back, and Mark's like, okay, I need to be relieved for a little while. So he asks Ben to do it, and Ben's just being a dick about everything. He's like, okay, I want to explain to you that if you push it to the left, it's going to go to the right. You push to the right, you go, yeah, whatever. And while going up the canal, he bumps into another person's barge and just kind of blows it off and insults the guy's woman. And I mean, he's just a real dink, a real big-time dink. Eventually down the road, down the canal, they do eventually pull over, and they go to a pub, and they run into the couple that they ran their boat into, and everything starts to snowball from there. But the barge people, this creature here and a few others, they do show up later, and I don't want to say too much about it, but this movie could fall into just about any kind of horror movie you'd think. It can fall. At one point, they see a guy that's doing tests on the water in the canal, and he says it's pretty polluted. So it could be ecological horror. You can have. It's kind of like, in a way, I could see where whoever wrote this was inspired by certain movies, because it has a Hills Have Eyes type of vibe to it towards the end. You know, it's not Hills, but if you do watch this movie, you'll understand what I mean by that. And I mean, I could see movies like Hostel being, being influenced in this movie. There were just so many influences I could read into this movie that and that's not a bad thing. It's actually kind of a good thing. I mean, yeah, they're taking an idea and using it, but they're twisting it and putting it on its side, and so it was a really, really good movie. I really like this movie. I'm gonna give this 3 chainsaws out of 4, no problem. It's that simple. When the movie is over, I was just kind of I liked it. I really, really liked it. I couldn't wait to talk about it. So yeah. The Barge People. I say check it out. Like I said, I don't know anyone that's in that. So do your research. Go online, watch a trailer, check it out, see what you think. I thought it was a good time. Definitely worth watching for the 31 Days of Horror this October. I am the 13th Wolfman, and of course, I'm on the prowl.